Good evening, 570 classmates and Dr. Carr. My name is Tabitha Smith, and I am the K-8 Curriculum Specialist at Beulahville Elementary School in Duplin County. In reflecting upon areas in educational leadership that present challenges or create interest, right now I'm ranking instructional leadership and cultural leadership as meeting both of those criteria, challenging and interesting. Thinking about the current state of our school and looking at preliminary test data, we are seeing that we are meeting growth, but barely, and that we have less than half of our student population who are proficient. In knowing that, we have to refocus as a school, looking at what we're doing, thinking about what we're doing that's working, what's not working, thinking about how we can let go of the things that are not working and being able to reach out for things that are working. So I see instructional leadership and cultural leadership playing hand in hand in that process. When I think about my role as the K-8 curriculum specialist, I am very hopeful that I'm working to build a strong foundation with the experiences I gain in this role to help better prepare me and inform me for when I become a school leader. I know that I'm going to make mistakes along the way in this role and as a school leader, but I just hope that my learning experiences will outweigh those mistakes and make me a better leader. So in thinking about my role as the K-8 curriculum specialist and how that relates to a school leader's role, one of the things that I've been tasked with in a refocused job description is to really dig in deep, looking at the data with grade levels, data team, administrative team, looking at the data and determining areas of weakness, areas of strength, talking with teachers, encouraging them to reflect upon their practices individually as a grade level, looking at the data to see what areas support the practices that are being implemented, and thinking about how we can move forward. But before we can have those instructional leadership conversations, I think it's imperative to focus on the cultural leadership side of that. In order to do that, we've got to recultivate, reculture our staff members into knowing that it's okay to acknowledge failures as a whole or as a grade level or individually, acknowledge them, but then pick our heads up and decide that we're going to take the bull by the horns, so to speak, and attack the problem by opening up and listening to other colleagues within the school, within the county. I strongly feel that using colleagues who are already proving to have effective practices in place with data that reflects those practices are effective, using those colleagues to support and lead other colleagues, because as a classroom teacher, other classroom teachers look and say to that person or about that person, they are in the classroom, they are on the front line, they are implementing the practice on a daily basis. That gives them a little more credibility than somebody that is outside of the classroom, and I totally get that as a curriculum specialist and as a school leader in the future. Credibility comes from those who are putting practices into place every day. So I can't think of a better way to develop the culture to be more vulnerable and open about what's happening in classrooms and what needs to change than using those who are actually on the front lines. So again, I'm looking forward to increasing my knowledge in those two areas and digging in deep, and wishing that everyone is having a great semester, and I'm looking forward to reading your postings. Have a good evening.